Yeah.
they're intuitive, they listen to their surroundings. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
getting from it intuitively. Let me
Yeah.
just say, I'll look up to see if we can actually
Just for
animals.
those who don't know, this is the book that Marie is looking at.
Oh, sorry.
It's Betty Bethard's The Dream Book. So just so you know what it is that we're using to use as a bit of backup other than our intuition to help
And
decipher and understand these dreams.
spot on. I've not looked this one up before, but it's instinctive part of self attuned to nature and survival, associated with the second and third chakras. Also, the characteristics of a specific animal represents what does it represent to you, such as speed, cunning, power, or wisdom. And you see the individual animals. So
Mm,
that's really interesting, isn't it? So, because the
yeah.
tigers and the hyenas are the hunters, and the gazelle are the ones that are very fast moving and they're very instinctive. Okay, that's fantastic.
Well, I just looked up zombie,
Yeah.
and it says one no longer in touch with feelings and emotions, unable to function mentally, emotionally, spiritually, blocking self from aliveness through fear, lack of self, and perhaps low energy. Loosen up and begin to get back in touch with the flow of life by crawling out of your grave. Join the ranks of the living. Fear is an illusion, and the only way to go is up.
Wow.
So that's kind of interesting because if the animals represent his intuition, perhaps he's feeling disconnected or somehow he's just not um, feeling as intuitive as he normally is. Perhaps he's feeling some blocks come through.
Well, it's so interesting you say that, and we're gonna look at his Dave's comment after this as well.
Okay.
So,
All
yeah.
right.
So, but I'm gonna look up
So,
tree because he was on the top of a tree as well. So let's have a little
yeah.
look at the tree. Symbol of individual growth, development through life. Roots are the foundation. Strong and deep means connection with spiritual source. Shallow is poor support, unaware of inner strength. So this is really just backing up what Zan was getting intuitively then. Let's just see if it says it's quite a
And
lot
because
here.
the
So I'll
tree
just read
falls
through.
down,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So old nailed tree means storms of life have taken their toll. One has not learned from lessons or pruned the unneeded parts. B is the giant redwood, ever reaching upward in majestic self-expression. So to me, it's like the tree's toppled over us. So, but we all go through this. We all have times
Oh,
when we
yeah.
fall off with the tree, and that's our lessons on how we then grow bigger and stronger. So I feel that's what this
Exactly.
dream was maybe saying to you.
Perhaps it
But it
was the ending of something to
mm,
create something new.
sounds
Um,
like
the
it.
di- the dining room is
Yeah,
about sustenance, nurturing, and fellowship. So this is about
yeah.
looking after yourself now, so that you can move forward. Because the bedrooms are the bridge between consciousness and unconsciousness.
Yes, yes. So it says
So,
there, and now the numbers. Okay, so there was see-through plastic or thick glass. Again, we know that that's being able to see through into another way of being or another realm. And
hmm
sometimes you, we need to like be able to break through the glass ceiling, so
hmm
you can see it, but it's not quite there. Yeah. And a
yeah,
locked door, it means you're ready to go through that door as well. So there's two there
uh-huh,
that sort of similar meanings from what I'm getting. And the
that's
digital
it.
code of 531, I actually looked this up for you. 531, if we look in our little angels numbers book, is the ascended masters are helping you change your thoughts to a more positive viewpoint. This in turn changes your life in wonderful and miraculous ways. When I added up those numbers, I know you can't make this stuff up, right? It was a number 9, which is the
Exactly.
completion and
Change.
ending and finding out your
hmm
own abilities through your journeys. So, and
That's
look, with
it.
just Dave's comment, then he gave us an example of what had been happening with him and synchronicities. Do you want to read that one out?
Yeah, sure. All right. So Dave's observation was the synchronicities are everywhere nowadays. Either number or situations, like I analyze my dream and I realize my anger and relentless self is clouding my view on my path. At work, I was really angry that something didn't come together how it should be. And then I heard the radio. This song was Patience from Guns N' Roses. Then I went, all right, cool down, and everything came together.
Look at that. So this is
So there
beautiful,
you
Dave.
go.
You actually, when we take notice, I often will listen for songs that come on or, animals that are giving me a message, especially if I've been in my ego and I've been angry about something, which we all do. And it does
Mhm.
help. You go, oh, that's right, Maree. Just remember what really matters at the end of the day, and just get back into the flow. And then it just starts to flow again. So really well done, Dave. I love how you've actually joined the
Perfect.
dots. Yeah. And just giving us examples like this from life. It reminds us all, just tap in, watch the synchronicities.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
Absolutely.
which is beautiful. So,
So, thank
okay,
you
let's,
so much, Dave, for sharing that.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
really good. And good
Yeah.
luck through your next journey, I guess.
I know, right? So, we'll go down
Uh,
to a few of the live ones because we've got people that are
yeah,
putting. Lady Hawk was the first one up. So, do you want to
cool.
read
All
that
right. So,
down?
Lady Hawk's question. What does it mean when you dream about a situation, then the next day you're in that exact moment and
Mm.
situation? Lasted about 10 seconds, wasn't anything of consequence, but I knew the moment was something I dreamed, and it was like I recognized it. Wow.
That's
Isn't that
pretty cool.
awesome? It
It's
kind of
so
comes down
awesome.
to the topic today, really, doesn't it, Marie?
Yeah, because the topic today we're going to be talking more about our Claire abilities. So Claire means clear, and so these are
Hmm.
abilities that we've actually mastered in other lifetimes because everything's happening in the now, and we're actually able to express it in this lifetime once we clear out our trauma and junk that's been blocking them. So with this one, I would say that you were actually, it was almost like Zandy, what's the word? You've done it before where you do prophetic type dreams.
Yeah, right. Yep.
So it's almost to
Yep.
me like you're tapping into that beautiful energetic consciousness, and you're able to jump through the timeline and see into like another, through the veil almost, into that other
Yes.
realm. Because on our linear pathway here, we find it difficult to comprehend that everything's happening now. Like there's no such thing as
Hmm.
time and space. So that's, you're doing jumping. I would say you're doing prophetic dreaming and jumping. It's really
Yeah,
cool.
I would say the same thing. I
Is it?
actually had this exact experience this week.
Isn't this amazing? And because you dreamt about Brad Pitt last night, same as Dave, and now you had this dream, yeah, about seeing it the next day. Yeah.
Oh dear.
So it's
Yes.
really getting us to trust what we get, and to know that, and we're not
Hmm.
causing it. So if something bad happened and you had a dream about it, you're not causing it. You're just tapping into a
No.
vibration. So just be aware of
Yeah.
that as well.
Sometimes it's
So,
just an understanding too. And if you want to look at the Matrix version of what deja vu perhaps is, which this moment feels like a deja vu, perhaps something has shifted in the timeline and we don't know whether it's for the good or for the worse. It's just shifted somehow. So, and that's okay because we all know at the end of the day, everything works out. We're all connected. It's
we're
all
all
good.
exactly.
Sometimes
So
bad times have to happen to understand
that's
good
it.
or to
To look,
appreciate the good.
appreciate
And
the good.
I'm not wishing bad on people. That's not what I mean by saying that. But
Yay.
we all
So
have good and bad experiences.
yeah.
So,
Marie's
yes.
here. Yeah, thank you, Marie. Yes, we know you didn't
Hi.
miss it. I forgot to tell you all last week I was going to be away on the Monday, the long weekend, and so we're back today. So it's so nice to see you all here. We've got Kat here, Joy's here, Kibbo's back,
Hi.
Kathleen B. This is awesome. Maple Tree was on. I'm not sure if she's still on. So all right. So how?
Just while we're saying hello to a few people,
Yeah.
I just wanted to say hi to Trigal Rice, and we apologise that
Is
somehow
she
you
on?
got deleted. I haven't seen her here
Oh,
today, but um, yeah, if anybody knows her or you're in another group with her or whatever, please let her know that we do apologise that somehow you got deleted off
oh,
the
what I
thing.
found was
So,
the actual bot, or the had got into my back door and had actually put
ah,
himself in as that's why he kept just coming up, and that's why I saw the T for Truggle Rice because and I deleted it. But yeah, just email me.
yeah,
I've been trying to see if you don't seem to be in any blocked lists. So if you can't get on, just email me
yeah,
Truggle. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
beautiful. Hey,
cool.
so yeah,
So,
Kathleen, sorry, you missed the first 10 minutes. Yeah. So but we're just talking through what we're going to talk about today as well. So
yep,
let's have a look and see.
cool.
Let's do
So,
Kathleen's one that she's
Kathleen's
got
dream,
here.
yep. Okay, so dream. Daughter and I were looking at the sky one night, and a beautiful bright light lit up the sky, and her husband and his brother couldn't see it. We were saying, the whole sky is lit up. Later, the two of us were flying in this small craft and landed at a dock in Florida, and some people were living in a different reality. And some of us were flying around in a craft. We lived side by side.
Wow,
Wow.
isn't that interesting? And to me, this is just showing that yes, there are different dimensions, and someone can be having a whole different experience. It like living right next door to someone else. You can just be living in almost different realms, and this is that moving from third through fourth to fifth dimensional experiences. And
Mm,
and it's interesting that you say that as well, Kathleen, about being able to see the bright lit up sky, because the night when I saw the two moons, my friend and I were talking, it was late at night, we just got home, and her husband and another friend were talking behind us, and we were just, and then I looked up and went, "Oh my God, there's two moons." And she went, "There is." And we were staring at it. And then our other girlfriend turned around and went, hadn't heard us, and went, "There's two moons." But the other person couldn't see them. So, that happened in reality. So the fact that you're getting this as a dream is telling me that you're seeing things and living and experiencing in another dimension. What do you get,
yeah.
Zan?
Yeah. I kind of get that, with the bright lit up sky, especially being at night. I thought of your exact situation when I read it. I was like,
Yeah,
oh my God. Again, you can't make this stuff up.
no,
These things do happen.
yeah,
Um, so, I mean, even when you're flying in a craft, that's a spiritual experience.
yeah, it is.
And it might just be because it was a smaller craft, it's a smaller experience that is going to show you something big, because every spiritual experience is worthwhile, no matter how big or small. And
That's
they all
right.
end up accumulating and come back to who you are as a being. So, landing in Florida, I mean, it's nice and warm in Florida. Um, yeah, I just feel like it's almost a connection because there's two males, two females. It's like um, like a uniform, a balance.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Um, yes. So, what was I going to say? So that actually brings me to, let's talk a little bit about this Claire, our abilities, our psychic abilities, our Claire abilities. And so the first one we all probably know is our clairvoyance, which is clear vision. So, and most of us have this, but we don't recognize what it is. And like sometimes I'll just get a flash of a vision and it's prophetic and that will happen. But it's
Mhm.
almost like it's prepared me. Like, okay, so for example, this beautiful dog Woofy that I fostered for months. My friend and I got told my friend would end up adopting him, so through spirit, and sure enough, they did. But then he got a lump on his tail when they were in another state, and she wasn't sure whether to wait to bring him back to get it fixed or not. Anyway, she got the hit. No, I've got to take him to the vet. That night before he had his operation, they were just going to take that piece out of his tail and resew it. I just saw this knife coming down on his tail. I went, oh, he's going to lose his tail. Okay. And then the next day she rang and she was so distraught. She said, Marie, she said, I don't know how to tell you this. I went, it's okay. I know. So it's almost like, you get prepared for something. And
Absolutely.
so just a flash like that can give me a whole story. So if anyone else has experienced things like that, where you've had that flash of a vision, Zan, you've probably had this as well in
Many,
lots of many. Like it's just about
many.
consistent
In
now.
fact, I'm going through it now because if you can't see the spot in the middle of my third eye right there, it's trying to open something up.
Yes. And so our pineal gland, which actually sits in deep within the brain, that is, they say, like it's actually got uh, rods and cones in it. They've actually looked inside it, and it has a chrism oil. So when we're activated, when our pineal gland is clear, this is why I don't drink tap water. I haven't done for 20 years, because in Australia it's the most highly fluoridated, and that actually can actually make your pineal gland become really hard and not as effective. And so, yeah, so that's where how it works is we literally see, we have like this
Mm.
vision. So that's the
And
Claire
can I just give
voyance.
a little tip for
Yeah,
those who are trying to perhaps develop or understand and trust your clairvoyance? So trusting that vision or whatever. A little thing that helped me when I was trying to understand and trust what I was seeing and what is right, what is wrong, was just when you hear. a voice, for example, on the TV, you hear a newsreader or whatever. What do they look like? What's the vision? Boom. And, having that vision just in your head, bam, they've got a red hat on and whatever, and then have a look and see if you're right. That can be a way to know whether you trust your intuition with that and what you're seeing. And you can do that with your knowing as well. So when the
Yeah.
phone rings, who is it?
Absolutely. And my beautiful friend, Erin, that was here for a session, she'd had her phone on silent and she felt it buzzing. And then she said, but Maree, what I did was I went in and I went, oh, I think I know who that is. I'm just going to trust it. And she did, and she got it right. So it's like a muscle. The more we practice it and the more that we play with it, then it becomes stronger and stronger. And you start trusting it. It's like a game. You just say, oh, okay, let me just see. Some people don't get clairvoyance. They'll get other different senses, and that's okay too. We all have our strengths and our gifts. So yeah, thanks for that, Zan. It's a great idea.
And of course, this is entertainment purposes only, right?
Oh, let me put up my little banner. This is completely
I just realised we should say that preface.
There we go. Beautiful. Back in. Okay, and the next one that I was going to talk about was claircognizance. So this is about, you don't know how you know something, but you just know it and you trust it. And for example, I've had so many situations of this as well, but one that I'll never forget, I was at this amazing little pub. There was about 6 of us standing around a round table, just having a drink and chatting. The next second, I just went, everyone, grab your drinks and take a step back now. Everyone did it. They just did it. The next minute, a chandelier smashed down from the ceiling onto that table directly. No one was hurt, not one bit of glass. We all saved our drinks and we just kept on talking like nothing had happened. It was one of the weirdest moments. And I just went, how did I know that was going to happen? Like, I mean,
oh my goodness.
I know. So these are the weird sorts of things that happen. But that's claircognizance. I had no idea, but I just knew. And didn't know what was going to happen, just knew that's what we had to do. So really listen if you get that sort of warning.
Absolutely.
And then clairsentience is feeling, and a lot of people have this. So I just had that gut feeling, I just sensed there was something that was going to happen, or I sensed I shouldn't get in my car at that moment. We've all probably had this one a lot. So that's one that a lot of us work with. So clairaudient is when you hear. And when I talk with beings or ascended masters or whatever, then I can see them, but I'll just listen. I'll stop and listen and hear what the message is for whoever it is I'm giving the message for. And I've heard my name through the veil. I've woken up at like 2 a.m. and I've heard Maree. I went, okay, so this is clairaudience. We can clearly heal. Yeah. A really good one is clairsalience or clairolfactance. Now, this is the ability to psychically smell. And I've had this a few times. I remember once I loved this perfume. This was years and years ago. And I went, but I couldn't remember the name of it. And I was in this massive perfumery. It was really spread out. And I went, I can smell it. And I must have looked like a complete idiot. I was walking around this thing sniffing, and I could follow this smell, and then I came and I went, that's it. And I remembered what the bottle looked like, and then I found it through my psychic smell.
Wow.
So, yeah,
that's incredible.
So many times again. And
actually, you've just reminded me, a girlfriend of mine had this feeling one day. She was driving down the freeway. Her child was in the car with her, and she just had this smell, and she said, oh, that's a smell of death. I need to get out of this lane. She moved over one lane, and within 10 seconds, the truck that was in front of her in the previous lane lost half its load, and all these poles just went backwards. Thankfully, there was no car there, but had her car been there, they probably would not be here today.
I'm just getting goosebumps everywhere.
So that was from her
smell.
Her smell.
Yeah.
And she said, I've got the goosies now.
Oh.
Anytime she smells that, she gets out of the way. She moves.
Yeah.
She said, to me, it's just like the smell of death.
Yeah. And this is how, and like for sometimes when our beautiful loved ones that have passed over come through, sometimes you can smell if they smoked a pipe or if they smoked cigarettes or if they had a particular perfume, they loved a particular flower. I find that you can smell that as well. So that's just another one.
Yeah.
And then there's Clairaugustance, weird word, but that's a clear psychic taste. And
Ah,
I started to realize when I was eating food, I'd be tasting it going, I wonder what's in it. And all of a sudden, the name of the herb and this and that would just pop into my mind, even if I didn't even know what it was. And I looked
wow.
into it and I meditated on it, and it was from another lifetime where I was actually a chef. And I
Right.
can actually isolate the ingredients within food because of this taste thing that I have.
Wow,
So
that's so cool.
it's so cool. So yeah,
Very
so look,
cool.
we can all play with this, just have fun with it and see.
Absolutely.
Close your eyes and just see if you can get the names of things, even if you don't know what it is, it'll come through for you.
Yeah.
And then there's clairgnosis. This is the last one we'll talk about before we go into the beautiful messages and dreams. Clairgnosis. This is someone that knows God. They just absolutely know there's a God, a creator, a beautiful energetic power, and they just know it, and nothing will take away that faith. So that's clairgnosis. So, so there's so
Interesting.
many more. There's like so many more, but I thought they're really nice general ones that we could start with.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
yeah, so if anyone's had any experiences with any of those beautiful gifts or psychic abilities, let us know.
Please
That'd be
share.
fun. Yeah, share,
Love
share.
it.
So now Maple Tree's popped up, Will Elisa, yes, but we just don't know when she's quite back.
The
So
date.
the date,
Yeah.
okay, but yes, of course, yes. At this stage, she hasn't told me otherwise, and it's great. She's gone and she hasn't connected, and I think it's fantastic that she's actually gone off and had an absolutely beautiful break. So
It's so
okay, so this
nice.
is an interesting comment. Do you want to read that one out?
All right. So Morningstar is saying, someone who understands astrophysics lives in a different
Mm.
world from someone who never graduated high school. The lens that you see the world through will be different.
Yeah, and this, I mean, whether you graduated high school or not, other lifetimes as well can come through, as we were just talking about all of our beautiful psychic
Hmm.
gifts can come through, and you just have that clear knowing, that clear cognizant that, oh, this is how I'm looking at things. It's a whole different perspective. So
Yeah.
yeah, thank you for that.
Morningstar has made another comment a little bit further down saying the dream to me is like two people who experience the same world, one in color and the other not, gifted versus the muggles.
And it's true. We're all here on our own journey, and we all are
Yeah.
experiencing it in a different way. And yeah, and none's right or wrong. It simply is. And I feel now that I accept that totally, I just go, oh, just let everyone be who they need to be. It's
Yeah.
perfect. But you're right. Someone can be having a completely different experience from someone else that lives next door. So
Uh-huh.
totally.
And
So
even two people who experience the same thing can have completely different
oh,
reactions
well.
because they have a different journey to take on that.
Mm.
So,
I mean, my
that's
sister and I grew
fascinating.
up in the same house, and we have completely different experiences and perspectives of it because our
Yeah.
souls had different contracts and different wants to experience. So
And you probably both feel like you were treated in different ways as well,
completely,
which,
completely.
can mold how we feel about other people or ourselves or anything like that. So,
Yep.
yeah, like
So
you say, it's the journey. Everyone's got their own. Even if we're all standing at that table and had to move their glass, you all have a
yeah,
different perspective on it, right?
yeah. I mean, I know. Oh, I love it. Okay, do you
Uh,
want to read Lady Hawk's question?
yeah, cool. All right. So, Lady Hook question: can you ask and set intentions before you go to sleep to dream an answer to a question you have, or give you information or wisdom about things that come up in life? I certainly believe so. I've done it myself. So, yep.
Yeah,
Just make sure you set the
absolutely.
intention. Give me some answers or show me some guidance toward it. And
Yeah.
then use your own archetypes because you'll be shown in your own archetypes to work out the little pieces of the puzzle.
Yeah, because everyone has different symbols.
Hmm.
Archetypes are often a meaning, like water will often be emotion. So some of them
Yes.
are like a worldwide, but some of them
Yes.
you'll have for yourself. So yeah,
Yes.
definitely, and make sure you remember it. And this is why we love doing this, because we're helping people to learn how to decode their own dreams. So remember
Exactly.
your colors, remember your numbers, remember who was around you, if you're in a house, or was it a bedroom, was it a kitchen. Yeah, so things
Yeah.
like that are really important to remember, Lady Hawk. But that's great. And it is really, I remember when I was learning how to lucid dream, I'd already had flying dreams from when I was a child, and I was visiting different countries, but then I said I want to do it consciously. So I taught myself how to lucid dream, and I would actually have that intention, and I did a breathing pattern before I went to sleep, and I did. And it was the second night that it happened, and I went, well, that was fast. And I actually
Oh,
thought that when
wow.
I was like awake in my dream. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so there you go. So you
Yeah.
can definitely do that. So
Just something else in touch with that question. If you do ask for something and you don't get an answer or you don't get any wisdom, maybe it's because you need to figure it out on your own.
or you might
Sometimes,
need to experience it in real life, yeah,
exactly.
yeah, to
Because
give you more
often,
confidence.
even when we're doing cards and things like that, sometimes I don't get the answer at all, or it's
Yeah,
jumbled, or something doesn't sit right. And it's because I'm not meant to know in that way. I have to experience it. I have to live it. I have to feel it, or else I'm not going to learn from it.
yeah,
It
well
can't, the
said.
answer can't just be given to me.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
just
So,
something else to keep in mind too.
yeah,
So,
okay.
and Lady Hawk has another question. So, has anyone been dreaming but know you are watching the dream within the dream, like consciously observing within the dream?
Yes,
Yes, we've talked about this a few different times, I guess, and it comes back to the movie Inception, doesn't it?
yes, the dream within the
Dreaming
dream.
within a dream. And there are some people who have shared their experiences on here where they dreamt that they were dreaming that somebody was next to them, and then in the dream they woke up and yeah.
Yeah, I think that
So
was Kathleen B, yeah, and I've had a dream where in my dream, I've gone, "Oh, I'm dreaming," but I was still asleep. I was still dreaming, so it was a dream within a dream. And Zan, you've
yeah.
had them where you've actually consciously worked with it, haven't you? Like you were in your garage or something, and you were,
Yes.
um yeah, so you can
I knew
consciously
I was
work
like,
with it.
"Oh, hang on, I'm in a dream. I need to remember, what are the colors? What do I see? Oh, it's a garage. Alright, is there a car in it? No, there's not. What are the colors of the wall? What's the color of the ground? What else can I see?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, let me go back inside the house. What does it look like? What am I noticing? How do I feel? Oh, that's right, 2 people are trying to chase me."
So that's real awareness, yeah, of being within a dream. So absolutely, Lady
Mm,
Hawk, it's a really good question.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
let's have a little look and see what Kathleen B is saying here.
Right, Kathleen B. My daughter and I read each other's minds all the
Mm,
time. We live together, and I'm finding that my grandson does too. He's 7.
yeah, I know, it's so true, and then she's also included on here.
Yep. So my daughter also texts each other the exact same thing at the exact same time. She used to read people's auras when she was younger.
Yeah,
Yep. Well, you're all connected, right? You're
yeah,
in the same soul group. Otherwise, it wouldn't be mother, daughter, grandson, right?
it's so true, and it's beautiful because, you're really acknowledging that you've got this connection and you've got
Yeah.
this it is a psychic ability, it's a, knowing, and it's a feeling, a sensing, and it's just synchronicity as well, so yeah, and I
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, I think we all can read minds, and sometimes we diss it, so
Yeah.
but just trust, that you are.
And at least you're encouraging it too.
I
Like,
know.
when I was growing up, any ability that I had was just squashed. No, no, no. You can't see those people. No, no, no.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't think that. No,
I know
it's
it's
not
much
right.
more
So
acceptable these days where you're not so crazy woo-woo, when you
yeah,
have these experiences, so it is beautiful, to encourage children
yeah,
and to play with it and make it fun. That's what I love about it. Like now, I'll get an image, I'll get a knowing, and I'll know what the situation is, and I'll know what's been going on. Just again, it can be like that, and I'll just know, and then I'll speak to that person, and they'll say, "Oh, I'm not sure about this," and I go, "Well, this is what I saw. What are your thoughts?" And it ends up being right. So it's
yeah,
just really nice. It can be really helpful. But I always ask the question of the other person, what are your thoughts first? How would you deal with this? And
yeah.
then, so it's really lovely.
Let
So
them work it
yeah,
out.
I love it. Love it. And so
Okay, so Morning Star. Master number life path relationships can produce master number life path children. I have 2 11s and 122 life path
122.
boys.
Yeah.
122. Yep.
Yeah.
Um,
Wow.
life path boys. I am an 11, and she's a 33. Psychics make psychics.
Yeah, look, I definitely agree. I mean, I knew I was born. I thought it was normal that everyone could talk to animals, read animals' minds, talk to them. I just thought that was normal, and it wasn't till I got
Yeah.
older I realized it wasn't. So you're right. I mean, and you don't have to be a master number though to have that. But you're right. I think the master number means that soul's come in to experience differently and to have more of a
Hmm.
connection, maybe, and to work with those gifts. So not
Yeah.
all of them do, but that's wonderful. So
Yeah.
yeah, beautiful.
Awesome.
So Marie's got something here.
Okay, so Marie says, I had a full shopping list to go across the river to a big store. Felt strong, no, just go to the smaller market nearby, no reason. At store, lost my brakes.
Wow. So exactly. So this is your knowing. You just trusted that and
Yeah,
you just did it and you got
good for
saved.
you.
That's
Good for you.
beautiful. And it's so important. I mean, I think we have a little lesson sometimes where we haven't listened to it and then we go, "Oh, yeah, I should have listened to my intuition." And so, experiences like this can help others to start trusting more as well. So who knows what
Yeah,
would have happened for you, Marie? It's yeah. So
thankfully you're safe.
yeah.
Another one from Marie, though, a couple of years ago, sister driving. As we went across the road, I jumped away from the door. She looked, saw car coming, was able to pull car away, still hit, but other car hit wheel and slid on my door.
Wow. So
Wow.
it's in
I had
those
no
split
I
seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's put I had no idea why I jumped away from the door at first. Saved me from being T-boned directly.
Well
Wow.
done. That's amazing. Again, and it's like me with that chandelier that fell on top of the table. You don't expect that, do
Mhm.
you? It's like just step back.
No.
And yeah, so well done. And I tell you,
Yeah.
I think
It's
we've
a
probably
good
been
knowing.
saved. Yeah, saved a lot of times through that intuition and through that sense. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing. Well done, Marie.
Awesome.
So what's
So, Morning Star, I've awoken from a dream like I was startled and found myself upon the same bed, but now it moved like water. The floor moved like water. I smacked it to see if it would splash and regretted that test. Um, I can reach that same visual of moves like water through open eye meditation.
yeah, yeah. So at Morningstar, the one thing that's coming to me intuitively with this, just remember, even a desk, even a table has a consciousness and a vibration, and it's like a hologram at the end of the day. So what I'm feeling you're seeing is you're able to tune in and you're actually seeing the movement of the particles because we can they say that we're able to walk through walls and do things like that. So it's really, to me, it feels like you're coming in to a place where you are seeing that vibration and we can
Hmm.
match it or we can become even higher vibration to be able to go through. What is your feeling with that one, Zan?
Yeah, I kind of get that it's a different frequency
Yeah,
um, that Morningstar is on. My question is, why did you regret the test? What happened?
yeah, yeah. I'm
Um,
interested as well. So, yeah,
yeah,
let us know, Morning Star, because water is emotion, as you're
yeah.
saying, and it's more
I'm
fluid.
assuming it was like a massive splash and perhaps a
Splash.
tidal
Yeah,
wave or something like that that completely overwhelmed you. That's how I'm seeing the regretting of it was. But I could be wrong. Please let us know, Morningstar.
yeah.
Just
Let us know.
love
That'd be
to,
great. But also,
yeah,
you're on a bed, and the bed is that link and that bridge
bridge
between the
between.
unconscious and other realms.
Hmm.
So, yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Absolutely.
So,
And remembering that we can, as a human being, we can only physically see certain vibrations. So, dogs and other animals can hear and see a different vibration, which is why often, some people go, my dog won't stop staring at the wall. And, you know, who knows who's there or what they can smell or anything along those lines. So, yeah,
yeah.
just keep that
So,
in mind that we aren't
exactly.
just what we see isn't just what's here.
That's
Yeah.
correct, and the other day, I think, my cat was in and he was loving it. I was doing running distant energy healing for someone, and he was just sitting there and he was just looking and then watching it go. He was just watching the energy going through. They see it all, and they know he loves it. He knows when I'm doing it. He comes straight in and sits right next to where I'm running the energy to.
That's so
They're
cute.
pretty cluey.
So
They're pretty
cute.
cluey. So I think we might pop back to one of the other dreams that got sent in.
Morningstar has put something down the bottom here.
Oh, okay. Let's have a little look.
I'm the psychic who drools a bit with leg dragging behind me. I'm not good, but I'm slow. I still get done through.
Yeah. So yeah, and look, and that's okay. Just take it as it comes. I found when I was going through a big shift internally, what would happen is I knew at first I used to panic because I felt like my gifts had gone, like I didn't have anything. I was going, I can't see how I used to. What's going on? And then after a little bit of time, this was a long time ago, it would take a bit longer. They would come through and it would be slightly tuned or it would be different, come through in a different way. So what I realized was as I went through my internal shifting, then my gifts would actually expand or come through in a different way. And now it's like that. And it's no problem at all. I don't ever feel like I've lost it or it just changes. And it's just like this flowing change. So
we're constantly growing at the end of the day. And if you're not learning from what's happening, you'll keep getting the same message, just in different ways.
Exactly.
So
Angel Laurie sent in a dream. It was from ages ago, but she said it sort of she just wanted to get some clarity with it.
Yeah, cool. All right. So Angel Laurie's dream from a while ago was that I was walking in a pitch dark at night, and there were only street lights on. I was walking down the middle of a long street made of black asphalt and glistening in the light like it had been rained upon. I started passing by huge beasts and creatures. One was like a giant reddish pink bull. It was like the size of like a large 3-story house, and it was chained. And it seemed there was a big light watching over me as I walked this path, and told me not to fear the beast and to keep on walking, and I carefully did. I walked past the store. There were other people in it running for cover, so I ran into the store and hid too. A gigantic white tiger with black stripes came walking in looking for, I guess, the victims. The tiger felt female and had crystal blue eyes. It was really beautiful in a terrifying way. And then I woke up.
Wow, that's a big dream. And as Zan was reading, I just looked up bull. I went, this is really important. The bull is strong, stubborn, and bullheaded, masculine aggressiveness. So it was interesting that you got guided, Angel Laurie, past that, by your guide, literally.
And pink being from the heart as well.
Yeah, true. So I'm going to look up the colour pink, but it is usually for me, I see it as a heart.
Yeah, that's how I see it too.
Yeah.
So, it may have another meaning though in the book.
Yeah. Rose pink is love. So heart, love. Yeah. Same thing. So, but how about walking at night? So that to me is also that subconscious is going deeper.
The unknown.
The unknown and the street sort of, it's almost like the void.
Listening.
It's like going into a place where you're releasing something, but also getting some wisdom as well. So
it's funny. I could actually visualize the whole thing like I was the star watching. Watching them walk down the street. So that was really interesting.
So, and the fact that the bull was so big, but it was chained.
So it's being held back in a way.
So it was a pink bull. So that's the heart and love. So maybe there's been some trauma in your life or some reason why you don't maybe open up as much as you can because of this, I don't want to get hurt. So it's like holding on.
Protection.
So
the three story though. So the house being part of you and the 3 being body, mind and spirit.
About that height. So about 3 stories. So that's
okay.
Yeah. Big.
Yeah.
So it's big. Yeah. And the fact that there was a store, so that's often where we pick up things that are going to be for us to eat or rejuvenate, or we can shop, we can look and experience. So, but they were running.
They were running and they ran into a store. So a store, I've looked this up so many times. Can you look up market
Yeah.
or store?
Store, yeah, I'll do that
Um,
right now.
so if everybody was hiding, it's all like all the other
Oh,
people are part of you as well, right?
perfect.
What does
Great
it
inner
say?
resources. Whatever the store, it offers variety and opportunity. Yeah, so it's
There
like
you
you
go.
shop around. New ideas,
Yeah.
ways of looking at things, inner wealth, talents, and abilities. So, so what's a white tiger? Oh, let's look
Well,
up.
white is purity. So,
Yes.
tiger,
To me, it's like taming your tiger. So it's almost like, righteousness. It's tiger is, where are
power,
we? Power,
force,
force,
fear
fear.
of own.
Yeah.
Sorry, you go.
Fear of own or another's anger, femininity. So it's interesting. The bull was the aggressive masculinity, and the tiger is the femininity. So
Hmm.
it's finding that balance between the two.
And the tiger was looking for female,
Ah,
or
so felt female.
felt
Yes,
female.
spot
Yeah,
on, and had crystal
crystal
blue
blue
eyes.
eyes. So
So
speaking truth to
speak,
go with
yeah.
it.
Well said, Zan. It's there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, of course, it can feel terrifying when you've got the aspects of yourself, and so you've got this stubbornness or this aspect of you that's too scared to open up that heart, and then the
Hmm.
female side, you're looking for that feminine aspect of yourself. So it feels. I know this was ages ago, so I'd be really interested to know if you actually went through a change and you actually did feel like you were a bit more relaxed with your heart opening and feeling a bit more balanced, because the black and white is yin yang on the tiger as well. So
Yeah.
more balance. So yeah, so let us know, Angel Laurie, even if you do it in email, if you can't come onto the shows, because it's always good to know. So wow. Okay,
Cool.
and
There's some more comments
yeah,
down the
let's have a
bottom.
little look. Oops, sorry. Oh, it hurts smacking the
That
floor. Oh, that's so funny. That was from
that was when you're smacking the
oh,
water.
you hit
Okay,
the
there you
floor.
go.
That'll do it. Yeah, I'd regret
Sorry
that
about
too.
that.
That's so funny. I
I
love
would
it.
regret that too.
Ah,
Hmm.
so Kibu's got something up
Right.
here.
Kibu's dream. I had a dream last week about my brother and his little family. We were planning to go to the beach, stayed at the hotel near the beach, and the next day we were supposed to go to the beach, but he turned um
Oh, hang on. I've missed a bit.
is-
Kibu, Hope, the second one didn't come through. Can so do you want to just read
that's
that? Just the second part. That's
yeah,
part
okay,
three.
so
So
part
part two's
3.
missing.
We don't normally wear sash on our shoulders anymore in modern time. He just left me and his wife and children after I said can't forget the purple lilac sash. What does the color mean? Okay,
Okay. So you're
so
at a beach with your brother. So this is an aspect of you,
mhm.
that masculine aspect, and the family.
And
Um,
beach has water, right?
yeah,
However, the sand is small particles. So I wonder if sand is in or beach.
yeah. So
I
I'm
don't
looking up
think.
the color as well. So to me,
Yep.
lilac is almost violet. So this is your crown chakra. I would say that
Yeah.
there's some spirituality, or there's some something mystic coming through, especially a sash, because if you're wearing a sash, it's often seen as something like beautiful, divine. It's representing something that's, I always see it as something a little bit sacred. It's indicating someone is of importance. So violet, purple, or lavender, wisdom, knowledge, divine protection. So that's
Yeah.
that's what's come up with this one. Yes,
So, it was Kibu, wasn't it? Yes.
yes. So here
Has
we go.
written down the bottom part 2, wearing traditional costume, white shimmery, but with purple flowers pattern and the purple sash on his left shoulder. So left being energy in.
And feminine.
Yeah.
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 So purple flowers. Yeah. So purple's the third eye. Purple, if we're looking at our chakras.
Hmm.
And purple too is, when you think of the violet flame, it really transmutes something. To me, I run the violet flame, or I do a purple color bath, and it helps if there's been any sort of etheric surgery, or you've had something internally shifting. And purple is royalty. That's it. So, as
True.
I said, and a sash always to me indicates there's something important being said, because
Yes.
there's a sash there. So,
Yes.
and so
Absolutely.
Kibu, you must So obviously with your beautiful cultural background, you obviously wear these sort of clothes at events that are important. So it
Hmm.
sounds like it was an important dream for you.
I just looked up beach, and it's the borderline of bridge between consciousness and unconsciousness. Standing on a beach enables you to pull tremendous energy in from the ocean. So, something's shifting for me with that.
Yeah.
When looking at sand, limited parts of self, constantly changing, never the same, yet always there. Sands of time as an illusion, it's not permanent. And then the water being huge emotions to come through. So this perhaps was have you been going through a big shift? So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that would probably be what I would see from all of this. That you're going through a big shift. Your brother and his family are all aspects of yourself. So this could be something that you're doing for your lineage, your group, perhaps something that you're shifting that is in an important way, or else the sash wouldn't be there.
Exactly, and Kibba has just said, yeah, the sash is only worn by royalty now. So, and that was the feeling I was getting with it. We don't use them anymore nowadays. So this changes in chakra is on him or me. It's always
You.
you. Yeah. So you are, what I'm getting intuitively is that you're tapping in to your royalty, to your beautiful self, your spiritual royalty. We're all royalty. And they said that
Mhm.
on Earth, because we have the DNA from so many different places, dimensions, realms, we are like this walking library, and they see us as royalty because we are an expression of everything. So it sounds like you're really tapping into your royalty, so which is beautiful.
Absolutely.
So yeah. So oh, and then Kathy. Oh, hi Kathy, she's on. Do you want to read that?
Yeah, I recently noticed a violet
Mm.
purple light around the 89-year-old man's head shoulders. It caught me by surprise. There
Yes,
you
and so
go.
that again, that purple violet light is that third eye and the crown chakra. And you'll probably notice this with a lot more people now. People are starting to activate and open up because of these beautiful light codes that are coming on through into Earth, and it's activating them. And so,
Mm,
if you see auras, and if you actually ask to tune into someone's aura, you might even find that you're getting a lot more of these sort of colors. So yeah,
mm,
it's beautiful.
mm.
Yes.
We're
Um,
coming up almost to
oh,
end of time, so we might just do the last one. Is that Morning
okay.
Star,
Yeah, let's just pop this up because it's
or is this another one I've missed?
I think that's right. So Morningstar, I'll actually start here. So this is Morningstar and how she does this open eye meditation. And so do you
Okay,
want to
so
read this then?
yeah. Okay, so open eye meditation is picking a small spot on the floor, keeping your eyes there while you meditate. Slower and slower breathing. As you continue slower and slower breathing without blinking, the floor will start to inhale and exhale with you. This happens after the floor has been moving like water, made of light. Visuals are next.
And then
Um,
well,
I fall out of that trance like state because I start following something or change focus every time I do it.
yeah, and this is
There you
beautiful. And
go.
this is a really good reminder if we can just do the simple meditations. Like I love doing it with a candle flame as well. And it's just like it just allows our the left side of the brain to release and the right side to come through, and you can often see shapes or whatever within it. Mirror work as well. I turn off the light and I'll look in my eyes in the mirror and I'll see other lifetimes and face changes, and so this is, and it's a beautiful way to do it. So you can do it with anything, but I love how you've said, Morning Star, that you just focus on a point on the floor. I remember when I do
Mm,
yoga too, I sometimes, if I need better balance, I'll just focus on one spot on the floor because it takes me out of my I'm going to fall over thing in my brain. So it
absolutely.
helps us to switch through that brain, which is really
Yep.
cool. So that's a lovely one for people to know and practice. And again, if you've had a dream and you want to know more about it, you think, oh, I can't remember this bit, you can go in and just meditate and just sit in that beautiful, calm space and ask to have more of that dream revealed to you. So you can work with it that way as well.
Yep.
So yeah, no, that's amazing. We did have a dream from Nick, but as you said, I think we're getting close to the hour. Yes.
Yep.
So I might leave that one, and I'll pop it
Yep.
on next week's as well. So, but guys, keep sending
Sounds
in
good.
your dreams and all your amazing little what aha moments that you get from your dreams now, because it's really good when you start to decode your own dream. Just trust yourselves, and any synchronicities or any sort of telepathy or visions that you're getting, let us know, because it gives more people more confidence then to start playing with it, which is beautiful. So
Yeah.
gosh, I didn't even use my cards today. I didn't Jessie didn't come on. We just had so much beautiful, interesting things that came through from you all.
Thank
So
you.
thanks for being
Thank
here.
you
We just
all.
love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And we will see you. It'll definitely be next Monday at this stage of our Monday, your Sunday night again. So
Yep.
yeah, I'll have that one up for you. We will see you then. Love you lots.
See you then. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.